104.1 KRBE, a Cumulus media station.
Good morning, everyone.
We ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Roula and Ryan Show with producer Eric, Special K, and Sam.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's time to check in with Roula and Ryan's listener line.
You have 912 messages.
Ew. Screw you, clown.
You are a know-it-all, know-nothing. Really?
104.1 KRBE.
All right, 713-278-VENT. That is the number. We've been scouring through this thing. You know, leave any message that you want because they will be listened to. I mean,
Yes,
absolutely.
and you could be part of the
100%.
Roula and Ryan show because that's our listener line number.
Do you guys remember when we were talking about like bad family secrets?
Oh, yeah.
You know, like shame in the family. Nobody knows about it.
Shame your name.
Yeah, well, listen to this one.
My current husband's ex-wife, when they were married, he got stationed in Okinawa, so he moved his wife and his son back home while he was gone for a year. His mom drove by her daughter-in-law's house and saw his cousin's car there repeatedly. Anyway, she found out that my husband's wife was sleeping with his cousin and ended up getting pregnant, and they had a baby together. So, of course, my husband divorced her. They stayed together for years and lived together with my stepson and their child together. When my stepson was in high school visiting us here in Houston, we found out they weren't together and he wasn't living with his mom. He was living with the cousin. So we took her back to court for him to come live with us. And the judge granted joint custody to my husband and his cousin so the son could stay up there and finish high school. And my husband had to pay his cousin child support till his son was 21 years old.
Oh, man. They're paying child support to his cousin.
You know what? When it comes to military drama, that is the most tame. Like, I'm so used to that.
Well, if people don't know, Ahmad, you grew up an Army brat, right?
Right, exactly.
So your dad was stationed where?
My dad was stationed in Fort Hood, so was my mom until she left to become a teacher. You hear all these stories. These guys, you know, they get deployed and they tell their friends back home, or they think they're their friends, like, hey, make sure you watch out for my wife and my family, and then they end up sleeping with them. So stuff like this happens all the time.
This guy
taker becomes the caregiver.
His
Exactly.
cousin sleeps with his wife, and ultimately he ends up paying that same guy child support.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
That is
I
messed
wouldn't
up.
understand how that even works out together.
All right, let's move on here to this just literally came in like in the last hour. So, you know the woman that always says, I like to eat animals?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard from her in a while.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
girl.
She's got a question whether or not she's in the wrong for something.
Hey, Roula and Ryan. So I have a question. Would I be the asshole if I intentionally did not let the car behind me in my apartment complex? If I intentionally did not let them in and let the gate behind me close? I live on Westheimer, and recently my car, his window busted open and attempted car theft. I'm struggling to click my clicker to get the gate open because I live here. And then the car behind me is blaring his horn at me to go. If you have your clicker on hand, you live here, or you have business that if you don't live here, you have a friend, wouldn't you be at the call box? Yeah, no. So would I be the asshole for not letting someone in when they blare their horn at me?
No, not at all.
Oh man.
Oh, that's scary.
If you're living and I got an idea where she's living right now, and you're there, you've got your clicker, and this guy he wants to kind of coast in behind you.
Yeah, that's probably his tactic.
Yeah. So no, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
But if their car gets dinged, I mean, obviously that's their fault. They're the ones who took that
Have
risk.
you guys lived in apartment complexes where the gate closes no matter what? Because I used to live in an apartment complex. People thought that there'd be a motion sensor. Oh, if I'm halfway through, it'll open back up.
Yes.
And they learned the hard way. It
Not
did
always.
Not.
My
Does not.
apartment complex is like that now, and
It's
I'm
off
not
the
gonna-
track.
like, I'm not going to say where I live, but residents purposely break the gate because it's so annoying. Like,
they knock it off the track.
Yeah.
It stays open because people hate how, like, faulty it is.
Here's something you got to take into consideration. The dumbest thing I ever did, when we first started the Roula and Ryan show, we moved into an apartment complex. I had very little time to find a place to live. Oh, this one's open. It's the model unit. It looks great. We move in, and it's right next to the gate. So 24 hours a day, we heard like people
click.
crashing into that gate.
Oh.
The gate swinging open. We had a little baby at the time. Nightmare. Do not live near the gate under any circumstance.
If you do knock off the gate, though, which I did at my house when I was like 8 months pregnant, which was a lot of fun, and I didn't want my husband to know about it, I got a car jack, and you put the car jack underneath the gate so that you can pop it up, and then you have to push it over.
Yeah.
So that's
Pop and
how I
push.
was able to, pop. I thought I was going to pop and push too, a baby out,
yeah.
while I was doing that. But yeah, there's one, a fun fact for you. In case it ever happens.
Use the car jack
Use the car
or
jack
a floor
to
jack.
to pop it up
Smart.
and then push it over.
There you go. All right. So last week we were talking about this restaurant that charges more money if your child misbehaves. Do you remember that?
Yes, they charge a $50 fee if you have an unruly child.
The bad kid tax.
That's what it was called.
It's not the kid's fault. It's the parents for not disciplining. That's really what the general consensus
This
is.
is terrible, but go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Hey guys, I was just listening to your place, that restaurant that's going to tell parents to pay extra money if their kids misbehave. It just reminded me of when my cousin came over and he was 3 at the time. We were at a restaurant with him and his family, and he was just screaming because he wasn't allowed to have dessert. When me and my sister were having dessert because he hadn't finished his meal, and his parents weren't doing anything. Essentially, my dad was the one who was like, hey, knock it off. You'll get your dessert when you finish your vegetables. And it was so embarrassing. Me and my sister were just like slinking lower and lower and lower in our chairs, hoping no one we knew would see us or hear us. That's probably an unpopular opinion, but I can understand where they're coming from.
Have you ever been like embarrassed by your company that you kept at a restaurant where they were just behaving badly?
Yeah, and it's always been with kids. And it's like, you look underneath the table when they're done, and you're like, how the hell did you get more of the food on the floor than you got in your mouth?
Or you got more on you than in you?
And why don't the parents clean up after their kids? That's what bothers me. Like, I was at a restaurant, and Santiago obviously can't eat right now, like big boy food, so he's not throwing food everywhere. But they put us in like the kids section of the restaurant. You knew it was the kids section.
Yeah.
Because there was food everywhere, and there was a table behind us that had 2 kids, and when they left, I mean, there was more food on the ground than there was even on their plates. And the parents literally got their kids up and just left. And I'm just looking at them like, how disrespectful.
Yeah,
you come to this place and you don't even clean up the mess that your child made.
Well, either offer to help clean it up, or maybe tip the waitress, or
you got to
the
tip
bus
well if they're
boy.
going to make a mess
Everybody.
like that.
Or just don't go out if your kid's going to act that way.
That's how my dad was. He didn't take me and my brother out for the first 2 years of our lives.
Yeah, but you know what? People are selfish. It's the same kind of mentality when they take a newborn to a loud, rated R action movie.
Yeah.
And they've got a baby there. All right, one more on the restaurant theme. Y'all going to crack up at this.
My husband was working out of town, and he came and we went to dinner. But this what happened. We were eating. We were already on dessert, and my granddaughter have an ice cream cone. And the ice cream cone's going down her arm. So I called the waitress and asked for napkins. She licked my baby from elbow to her hand. She was licking her arm, and we were like, oh, my God, no. We're not from here, so we don't know. It's a custom from Texas. I don't think it's right. I just want an opinion. If this is right or it's not right, just let me know.
It's not
No.
particularly
That is not okay.
a Texas tradition to lick a baby's arm from elbow to wrist.
Wait, so the
my
waiter
gosh.
did this.
The waiter walked up. She asked for a napkin. The waiter walks up, and instead of giving him a napkin, licks the ice cream off the toddler's arm.
Maybe it was the end of the day, and that waiter had had it.
No.
She was hungry.
No.
That is the oddest thing I've
is
ever
so
heard.
weird.
I don't
Like, if I was
understand.
sitting in that restaurant,
You'd be like, did that just happen?
what am I watching?
Oh,
do they know
my
them?
gosh.
I would just assume that the waiter knew the family. No, ma'am, that is abnormal. You should have told
That
the
is
manager.
not okay. That is
Maybe
not
like a
okay.
little lick of the thumb and rub it off, but licking the arm.
no.
You don't lick
No.
anybody's kid, Ahmad. You don't lick
lick a
other
baby.
people.
But if you lick the thumb, it's like, let me get this
No.
little spot off.
Oh, my gosh.
No. You don't touch somebody else's kid. You just certainly don't lick them.
No, that's crazy.
All right, Ahmad, since you're yapping right now, here's one for
God.
Yes, it's Twan here. I got to thinking as I was driving around about the last round of the rapid fire quiz. I didn't really get to tune in how I wanted to, so I think it was Ahmad against Kevin. All I do remember is the questions that Ahmad was getting was total bull crap.
Okay.
I mean, come on, Ryan. You got to get some more pop questions up in there. We know pop culture and we do know sports and all the other stuff, but we're not you, man. You know a lot of stuff, all right? You like knowing things, okay? Us, we just like knowing things we feel like we need to know. I love you guys. Keep on pushing.
Now, in all fairness, Ahmad,
That's sweet.
there is absolutely, it is random. There is no way I pick
It's-
questions for you or pick questions for Kevin.
It's random, but I was getting like, who was the scientist that invented atoms? And Special K would
No,
get
I
like,
did not.
what do you tie your shoes with? Like, I'm like, what the
I was
hell?
answering all your questions as well. You were having a rough day. You were feeling foggy that day. I know you have worked a
Rematch
lot.
on Wednesday at 8 a.m. Is all I gotta say.
It's halfway through the week. You know, I'm ready to go. So
Yeah,
maybe I'll
I
do
mean,
that.
I know that you worked a heck of a lot last week, so
I
maybe
did.
you were just feeling a little off last week. I'll give you that, but I
Maybe
did,
so.
but I did take you. I'm sorry. Sometimes you gotta like school the gabies.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
My
Well, the
gosh.
babies. All right, coming up next.
Cheering, teach the kids.
Coming up next, before we do wedding omens, we also have a keyword for
Yes.
you to go see Mariah Carey.
my
It's a
gosh.
national keyword that you have to text so you can go see her in New York City. It's all of the Christmas glory, but
It
we're
will be a
doing
text
that
number.
at 8:20, 12:20, and 5:20. So at 8:20, we are going to give you that keyword that you can text so you can get that grand prize for Mariah Carey in New York City for
But
Christmas.
we will open the lines right now. It's 713-390-KRBE. Bad wedding omens.
I have spun at so many weddings this season. It's like revenge weddings. Everyone who got canceled during the pandemic, they're having their weddings now. I'm fortunate that I didn't see anything too strange or tragic or weird go down. However, we hear a lot of your wedding omens. What went down either at your wedding or at someone else's wedding that was a bad wedding omen or thought to be?
So you
now,
tell us the story.
we'll guess if it actually worked out or not.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you still married? So that's the question.
713-390-5723. KRBE on your phone. 713-390-KRBE.
Something weird that happened at your wedding. We want to hear from you next on The Roula and Ryan Show.
I need you to stay.
104.1 KRBE. It's the Roula and Ryan Show. This is always fun to do. Bad wedding omens. Something that just non-conventional happened at your wedding, or maybe something that was a total disaster. We all basically have to guess. Are you still together?
So we have so many folks on the line right now at 713-390-5723. And we're going to start with Cindy here on the Roula and Ryan Show. Good morning, Cindy.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey,
All
Cindy.
right. Tell us about the photographer at this particular wedding. Was this your wedding or someone else's?
It was my wedding.
Your wedding.
And
Okay.
yes. And so the photographer came in, and she had explained to us that she had that infection that you can sometimes get like from the dentist, that she had that. And then, of course, from the antibiotics, she had the natural next infection that you can get. Is
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So she was cranky as hell. It was disgusting. It was
Yeah.
horrible. She was so mean and so ugly to everybody, okay? Then I found out that we had the wrong flowers. Like, everything is like this. It just was wrong.
No.
I know, right? Thank you.
Yes. Oh, you have this
Right?
all planned.
I wouldn't
for
have even
months.
known if it were the wrong
For
flowers.
months.
They brought the wrong
Because-
kind of
Okay.
Well, there
flowers.
was Well, they were all the same color, and they were supposed to be like purple and like cream or whatever, but like there was not one purple thing in there at all. And so then my younger cousins, I had them. They were females, but I had them ushering because they were like the only ones that were like the right age, and so they were supposed to be lighting these little candles like in the windows, like along the edges, and they kind of caught some stuff on fire.
Oh my God!
And then
What on fire?
There was like fake ivy like around it,
Oh, my
and
God.
it kind of caught some of that on fire. I know, right? So then, whenever we're going down the aisle, I actually forgot to tell Ahmad. So I was raised by my stepdad. Okay, like I literally have no memories of my biological father being my dad, and so like I always went by my stepdad's last name, even though it wasn't legal. And so whenever we got up there, the preacher was my husband's preacher, and we didn't know each other very well. And he said my legal last name. and my poor dad is the one walking me down the aisle, right?
Oh,
and so like he has one ear that he's deaf in, and I can never remember which one that it is. So the whole time I'm just, Daddy, I'm so sorry, And so anyway, so before he whenever he said her mother and I do, and he gave me away, he gave me a kiss on the cheek, and he said, "It's okay, baby," and then I just started crying. And so then there were these like the wrought iron things, right? So like the church, I didn't want them, but they put them out anyway. So we had to have like all these candles like all over the place, right? So like this big the tall tapered candles, Yes. And so we're standing there, and I'm trying to like calm myself down, and then this candle breaks behind my brother. He's one of the groomsmen. It breaks and it falls on the floor, lit. It's lit, and I'm trying to mouth him. I'm like, "Get that!" And my brother just looks forward, like he didn't even get it. Like he just. Thank God, my crazy aunt, she was back there. She was videoing us for us.
So you got ivy burning in the windows. You got a lit candle that falls on the floor at the altar.
My gosh.
So Cindy, I have put you on hold so that we can guess whether this worked out or not.
She gave it away.
The bad
She gave it away. She said, "My husband," present tense.
Well, but they could be divorced.
To me, she had a little bit too much glee.
I know.
So,
she was
Cindy,
so in love.
They're together.
I think so
She
as well.
loves
I
that
think so
guy.
as well.
we all in agreement, Cindy. Y'all are still together, right?
Absolutely not. No. No, the only thing that came out of good of my wedding, my marriage, was my kids. We were married for 10 years. It was absolutely terrible. And I used the present tense just to fool you, Ryan.
You got me.
Cindy.
There's a mom.
Got him. Oh, man, that was awesome, Cindy. Thank you so much for sharing all that. I'm so sorry you had to go through all that.
Well, sorry, but wow, you really stumped us.
I have my kids. They're great.
Okay,
They're
good.
amazing.
That's all that matters. Thank you so much, Cindy.
God bless y'all. Have a great day.
Have a great day, Cindy.
Oh, dang. She knew you, Ryan. That was
Because I
great.
could almost hear it in her voice. It sounded like she was so in love with this guy.
We're going to bubbly, I guess.
Yeah.
We're going to go to Nicole here. We're doing wedding
that was
omens
good.
here on the Roula and Ryan show. We're hearing about something weird, wacky, sad, or scary that went down at your wedding, perhaps provided as an omen. So, Nicole, tell us about what happened to the bridesmaids at your wedding.
Okay, so, good morning, everybody, first.
Morning.
Good morning.
I have the craziest wedding. So, just a little background. I have 6 kids, and my husband has passed away, and then I met my next husband. And the day of the wedding day, I was actually having major second thoughts to the point that I was actually driving the wrong direction of our wedding. And then I did show up, and everything seemed to be fine, and we were taking pictures. Everybody was getting ready. I had a huge wedding party. I had 9 bridesmaids and flower girls. When we went in to actually walk down the aisle, a vagrant person broke into the fellowship hall and stole all the underwear, like bras, whatever, my bridesmaids and girl tags. The only thing actually that was stolen of mine was, they stole all my clothes, all my underwear. So everything that we were going to take on my honeymoon was stolen along with my engagement ring.
Oh, my God.
Engagement ring. Okay, can we...
No.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
So, wait, I've got to ask a question.
Right.
Okay, so I'm a little confused. How is so a homeless person broke in to where y'all changed and stole y'all's undergarments? Is that what you're saying?
Just the undergarments. Yeah, they stole all the women's undergarments. Like, there were eye patches there, and like there was other jewelry there, obviously, because everybody had changed into what they were wearing for my wedding. But they only stole the undergarments and then all my clothes and my engagement ring.
Your engagement ring.
Okay, I'm putting her back on hold here.
Oh,
no.
my gosh.
Now, she said something in the beginning there that she was driving the wrong direction. I
She had
just
6
feel like
kids, and she had just getting cold feet.
this
Yes.
solidifies the deal of it wasn't right. That's not right.
I'm going to say just the opposite. I'm going to go with her together.
That's what I was thinking.
But
I'm
he
going
was
to
a wonderful dad.
Okay, let's bring her back on here for the Roula and Ryan show. Nicole, are y'all still together?
Yes, we're still together. We've been married 8 years, and yes, he's a wonderful dad.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that.
Goodness.
Now, did you guys have any more kids of your own?
No.
Okay.
Actually, he took all my own as his. He'd never been married before. We got married in our late 40s.
What a great guy.
Wow, that's incredible.
I'm happy for you.
That is so bizarre, though, that only those items were stolen.
I'd be more upset about
So
the
odd.
wedding ring, the engagement ring, more than I would be about underwear.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your
well,
call.
the cool thing is 3 months later, the police found my engagement ring, and I got it back, and the underwear. Which was weird.
I don't think I'd want the underwear back.
I'd be like, you can keep that. I just want the ring.
That's pretty cool, though, that they found that. That's fairly unheard of.
Well,
Thank you so much for your call, Nicole. We're going to move along here to Beverly. Beverly, good morning. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show. We're talking about wedding omens, something that went wrong at your wedding and possibly predicted a bad outcome. So, Beverly, what happened?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so I got married on Crystal Beach, and, you have to, take a ferry to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So I had already been there. We had settled down in a beach house, and we were getting ready. Then I left, went across the ferry again to go get my makeup done and my hair.
Oh, that's bad news. That's not good. Okay. She didn't bring the makeup on the ferry.
No, not makeup on the ferry. I had to go on the ferry to go to the other side to get my hair.
Right. So you had a makeup artist that was going to do your makeup for the wedding.
Back in Galveston.
So you go across, get your makeup done, and then what happens?
Okay, so then I go back to the ferry to go back to Crystal Beach, and I was running a little bit behind already. I was just kind of cutting it close on time, but then I get to the ferry and it shuts down.
Oh no, it's done for the day?
No, they do weather sometimes though. So did it shut down for the day though?
No, not for the whole day. So I just had to sit there and wait for I think it was probably 30 minutes, but it felt like forever. And I remember calling my mom, and I was crying, and I was like, I'm going to miss my wedding. And she was like, it's not like the wedding is going to happen without you. Everyone's waiting. It's fine.
Yeah, they'll just keep drinking.
I get back.
I understand.
Oh, I was actually pregnant at the time, too.
Oh,
Beverly.
Okay, so you get back, and then what happens?
Okay, so I finally get back. I hated my makeup. And so a friend of mine, I was like, can you just fix my makeup real quick? So then I made everyone wait another few minutes to fix my makeup. And then I finally made it to my wedding. I was so nervous. I had the coldest feet, and my dad was walking me towards everyone on the beach. And I was just like, Dad, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know. And then he was like, you got this. Don't worry about it. And then I got married.
Okay, she's back on hold now.
Okay. That was a lot of info.
Yeah, they're together.
I'm going to say they're together as well, but...
That's no reason to
What
break
were your
up.
thoughts, Kev? Why are you thinking that they're not together?
It's like, why is she even bringing it up? Because something went down.
I got cold feet.
There's a lot
the cold
of
feet, well, the
factors.
makeup, the ferry. As you know, you got married. The nerves that you have on your wedding day, and then you want things to run smoothly, and it was not running smoothly.
You
for
never
her.
had cold feet, though.
That we know of.
But my wedding planner canceled the morning of our wedding.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I would not have been.
That
happy.
was I wouldn't count it too much of an omen because she had backup, who, come to find out, was possibly even better than her. Because as you saw, Ryan, they had that down.
I'm telling you,
when they set off those fireworks at the end of our song, they had that timed out.
Choreographed.
Who's running this? We get a tip today.
Grace under pressure.
Okay, back to Beverly. Beverly.
Ryan's
They say together.
yes.
Kevin may be onto a theory
yes.
here, though. Because
Are you switching?
I hope that I'm going to say yes. They're still
Okay,
together.
and Kev, what
I'm
do you
hoping for the
say?
best.
I'm saying no.
Okay.
Beverly, you are back on the air on the Roula and Ryan Show. What happened?
Okay, you were right. We are not together. We divorced after, I think it was 2.5 years.
Oh, wow.
No!
So sorry. Do you mind telling us what went wrong?
A lot of things. My daughter's in the car right now.
Oh, okay. Then don't
you don't gotta go into details.
No, it's okay.
details.
She's the spawn. She knows what he likes. But anyways, he's difficult. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Well, you and your daughter have fun giggling at these memories.
I think I figured this out.
Beverly, good story. Sorry it worked out the wrong way in the end, but thank you so much for sharing with us.
It's okay. Thank you so much.
All right, you have a
Beverly.
great day. You can leave your comments on the listener line at 713-278-BENT. What you want to do is tell the story and then pause for about 3-4 seconds.
Yeah.
That way I can get ready for the listener line.
So, Stacy, Allison, Brittany, sorry we couldn't get to you, but please leave those messages on the listener line, or Ahmad may pick you up.
All right. Coming up next in Celebrity Scoop.
Yes, Kardashian talk is next.
Oh,
okay.
Roula's out. Roula's out, so we're allowed to do it.
She's on American Horror Story.
Have you watched it? Okay, so we can talk a little bit about that.
Definitely. And also, there's a couple Grammy nominations for KRBE artists.
Ooh.
That's coming up next in Scoop on The Roula and Ryan Show.
This is Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop
on KRBE.
It is brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston. Now, I teased, is the Marvel Universe over? It may be because, wow, the Marvels, they had their big debut this weekend. It is the lowest. It only earned $47 million domestically, making it the lowest debut in Marvel Cinematic Universe history.
I don't think it's over, you know. Not even Marvel fans, just comic book fans in general.
People are burned down on it. They're so sick of it.
No, but they do this weird thing when the movie is led by women. You get all these like weird incel bros that are like review bombing it and leaving bad reviews because it's women.
You can't say that. Wonder Woman was a huge, massive hit.
No, it got horrible reviews.
The second one sucked.
Birds of Prey, amazing movie. I loved it. Got me through the pandemic. Got horrible reviews before it even debuted because it was led by women.
The rumors are right now they're trying desperately to get back Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans and bring back all the original Avengers. That's what they're talking about right now.
Let it go. Let it go. I'm ready for something new.
I'd be fine with them there.
I'd be okay with it, but I'm ready for something new. Dive in. I can't wait for the new Blade movie. That's going to be good. It's going to be rated R.
Is Wesley Snipes in it?
No, it's going to be Mahershala Ali. You might know him from The Green Book and Moonlight. Yeah, he's going to be Blade. Mia Goth is also going to be in it. She's from like X and Pearl. She plays a really good like creepy girl.
It should be rated R. That'll be good.
Yeah, it's going to be really good.
All right, Sam, what do you want to talk about Kardashian-wise? Speak now or forever hold your peace, because Roula's out today, so you will never get a chance to talk about Kardashian.
Let's sneak and talk.
Okay, guys, so if you're following along, Kourtney Kardashian is married to Travis Barker. Blink-182, already love them because I'm a huge Blink-182 fan. But they just had a baby, and they named him Rocky.
When did they have this baby?
That is a good question, Kev. I don't have the actual date on when.
Be like last week.
I thought it was very soon. I can try and look that up while we're talking. Okay. But she also has other babies from previous, Scott. What is his last name? Disick, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Are you finding when she had her baby?
I am. I think it was last week, November 5th.
It was super new. So he is an infant. And of course, clickbait. I get frustrated with clickbait because it's literally the title. Why Kim Kardashian hasn't met Kourtney Kardashian's newborn. Yeah. You're thinking, okay, maybe there's more drama to this. It's literally Kourtney doesn't want anybody over. They have to come over when she's allowing them to come see her newborn baby because she doesn't want the baby to have germs on it.
Yeah, well, that's a thing.
Which makes sense, but this is the huge clickbait is, why hasn't Kim met, the baby's name is Rocky. Why hasn't Kim Kardashian met Rocky? It's literally just because Kourtney just had her baby, 2 weeks ago, maybe? And she doesn't want to have germs around the baby. But you know the internet. They're trying to make something big when it's not really anything big.
All right, well, thanks for going out there chumming for us.
You are welcome. Hey, anything with the Kardashians, I'm just kind of trying to see, what's going on.
They get me sometimes, man. Like, that show, like, the clips I see from it, I'm invested. They know how to keep you
absolutely, and they attack each other. I think Kim and Kourtney are the ones that fight the most.
Oh yeah,
when did they
thrown hands at each other. Yeah,
yes.
Are they like 20 years into this now?
What, from their show?
It's got to be at least a decade.
I think the Kardashians go back 20 years. Keeping up with the Kardashians.
It's saying that they got in this 2007.
Okay,
I believe, because then they did all those spin-offs and more spin-offs.
Courtney and Khloe Take Miami and all that.
Yes. I love it. And they even took over New York as well. That was an
you're right, 2007.
Kev, you saw her in what's the show that you're watching?
American Horror Story.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Is she good in it or what?
She's good because I feel like she's playing who we think Kris Jenner is behind closed doors.
Oh.
She plays like a little bossy the manager. Mom. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Cute. Sorry, flashlight just because light bulb moment with you saying Kim or oh my gosh, Chris. So I'm watching The Golden Bachelor, and the season finale is on Thursday, and there was a girl on The Golden Bachelor that kind of had Kris Jenner vibes. She had the jet black hair. It was really, really short.
She had the mom cut.
Yes, and then Kris Jenner sent a video to her saying how they're she like loved her on the show and stuff. It was really, really
Is
cool.
she one of the final women?
No,
Oh,
no.
dang.
Unfortunately, she's not. But we're gonna. It's Thursday. Is the last episode of this to see
Okay.
who he's with. My mom and I are invested. So maybe Thursday I can give you guys an update
It
if anybody
seems
else is
cute.
watching that.
People love it.
It is so cute.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't like the normal Bachelor and Bachelorette, but the Golden Bachelor, I can 100% watch this.
I hear
This
that a
guy
lot.
does not look like he's in his 70s.
He seems like the sweetest guy, and he seems so real and that's the thing. And the women seem real. It doesn't seem like they're there to get famous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
I know, but it really feels that way when you watch it compared to the young girls that are like, oh my God.
They're just doing a better job now. Special K, you've got the Taylor Swift nominations.
Yes, we just played SZA. She is also nominated for Album of the Year along with Taylor. Taylor has a lot of nominations. She's nominated for Record of the Year as well.
Record.
And let's see, Best Pop Solo Performance. She has a lot of these nominations up here. But along with Album of the Year, John Batiste, Boy Genius, Miley Cyrus, Lana Del Rey, Janelle Monáe, Olivia Rodrigo. So then that's album. And then Record of the Year is Boy Genius, Miley, Billie Eilish, Olivia Rodrigo, and Taylor. Oh, SZA's up in there too.
Okay.
So a lot of the same people are being nominated for both album and record of the year. And we have the blog on the website at krbe.com, so you can get all that information there.
All right. Hey, yo. Time for KRBE's Roula and Ryan show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
All right, it is brought to you by Duncan. The Astros are going to name Joe Espada as their new manager today. 48 years old. He spent the last 6 seasons as Houston's bench coach. This will be his first managerial job in affiliated baseball. He served under A.J. Hinch and Dusty Baker, so they're expected to hire from within.
That's cool.
C.J. Stroud, man, directed a last-minute game-winning drive. Texans took down the Bengals 30-27. Amazing game. And especially, we talked about this a little bit at the beginning of the show. If you're looking for something to do to kick off Discovery Green's holiday festivities, this Friday, the first 50 people that get in line at 5 p.m., you get to skate for free on the ice at Discovery Green. So you can also do things like, I know your mom's going to be in town. You can make snow angels in the snow zone. You can take pictures with Poncho Claus. Black Santa will be there. There's also going to be performances from, yes, this is from Cron.com. This is from Cron.com. It's literally word for word.
Black Santa. Okay.
Black Santa, yeah.
And
Nice.
Poncho Santa.
And Poncho Santa.
Oh,
Poncho
okay.
Claus.
That's cute. That's cute. I like
Poncho
that.
Claus,
I like
yes.
that. I've had Black Santas in my family household for years. I'm glad the world is catching on.
Nice.
There's also going to be performances from Jay Dance Company and music from DJ Mohawk Steve. This is going to be from 5 to 10 Friday at Discovery Green. And that's what's going down in H-Town. Now, coming up next, if you missed the Roses update, wow, we were all just, no, that didn't just happen. And no,
Okay.
that is not what the update is. You're going to hear it next on The Roula and Ryan Show.